For you to pronounce my name, it would destroy reality, unraveling the fabric and shifting the veil. Those who do know me as Gore Pimp. I am the one who finds the spark and reveals truth. I do not traffic in flesh, for it is only when flesh is stripped away you find the spark. And there you will find me with a can of gasoline. In short, I am here to show you who you are.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Ministry Podcast, where we practice what we do preach. I am Hyde, and with me, as always, is Sati Ali. How you doing, Sati?
I'm doing good.
Yeah?
Doing good.
Yeah?
Had a day, had a weekend. I guess, yeah. I'm doing good, though. How are you doing?
Man, I'm doing fantastic, man. I've just been shooting some new characters for the show.
Okay.
Obviously, you guys just saw a little hint at one of them. You might see a little comeback of him later in this episode.
Oh, yeah.
Just keep watching. You'll see. We got lots of things to unfold for you guys. But right now, we were talking about something in the car on the way over here that I thought was pretty interesting. You were touching on like social dynamics and of different ways we put our energy out there into the world, and how one way you could one thing you could put your energy into ends up taking away energy from something else, and how that like affects us all in different ways. And I thought that was super interesting. So maybe could be what we talk about today.
Okay. Yeah. I'm 100% down to expand upon that. Because, like, I'm just trying to work that theory for myself as well. It's something I've observed for a while, and I'm trying to put it to words because I haven't seen anyone else or heard of anyone else doing it. And I think it's very important for us as people who decide to be civilized and be about one another, that we understand the complexity of these connections that we are making all the time.
Yes. Everything is connected, like in even the smallest little ways you can think. It's all a push and pull energetic exchange.
It's definitely an exchange. And I want to keep that in mind, exchanges. Because this theory right now is only strongly working in one example of a capitalist structure when there's exchanges happening for things. I'm pretty sure if I sat down and wrote it all out, I could probably make it work in various other ways, but...
Well, let's talk about the example you're giving in the car earlier,
right,
about the person ordering food. Like, right. Yeah.
Person A is hungry. So person A decides to go to a fast food place to order some food. Now, person B it will be the interface for the fast food restaurant. They're the person behind the counter who's going to take the order in this instance. For some reason, person A goes in thinking about getting some food, sees person B, and immediately changes from thinking about food to thinking about whatever it is about person B that is like so offensive to them.
It can be as simple as just them just being different.
Any difference whatsoever. Any difference. So let's say person B doesn't like the color of that individual or their orientation physically. So they have something against that person. They're no longer talking about food, so they say, oh, no, you're not going to take my order, blah, 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 blah. And person B, who's here to do a job and has put specific energy into this job, this role as food order taker, has to somehow rationalize
food order taker. I'm sorry,
order taker.
that's funny. So the food order taker is dealing with the belligerent asshole,
and that's a social battery thing.
Yeah.
Belligerent asshole is not going to fulfill the food thing he came in with. He is using his social battery here instead of his business battery to do an exchange for food. He's using that. He'll use that elsewhere. This is a social thing for him.
So think of this as like two different batteries that have been holding
Engaged,
a charge for a while.
yeah.
You have a charge of like the burger battery, if you will. I'm hungry. Let me get some food. And then you have the charge of like we'll call it the hatred battery.
Or like talking to people.
Yeah. Okay.
Like
the social engagement battery.
Like strangers. Like,
so
you wake up, you only have so much energy to go about your day. Like, you really parse it out. You have a job, you have the energy for your job. So all the people you got to talk to at work, all your work duties, all that, that's one thing. Then you have your personal energies, all the things you like to do, all the people you like to talk to for yourself. That's one thing. And then whatever other communities you're in, and then strangers. There's only certain amount of energy people have for strangers. It's like, I don't know you that well. I'm not gonna do X, Y, Z, or I'm not gonna have this type of conversation with you, or like, how dare you ask me about, like, you're a whole stranger. Like, once the different exchanges of energy start to like conflict with one another, that's where all the craziness happens. Like in this example of that person trying to get food, but instead wants to insult the social situation of this other person.
In a way, taking energy from one battery and putting it into, like, draining himself in one way to put more energy into this battery that didn't necessarily need it.
Right. Because now the cashier, the food order taker is...
This is interesting because now, like, we're getting into, like, overcharging your batteries.
Right, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Because now they still have to represent the business, right? But also have to defend their social self. Like, hey, you can't talk to me like that. Like, you're no longer part of the business because you're defending yourself in that instance. And the business, can not do business with that person that day. Whatever. That's the business exercising the business's rights, but the business can't be assaulted like that. Business doesn't have a social battery. So now that the cashier, after that event has happened, is done talking to people, or usually strangers at that matter. So maybe all the people that they work with are strangers to them. So now they don't want to deal with these people now. It's like, oh, that just happened to me. Please, I just want to hit combo 1 large. Don't talk to me.
Dude, I'm telling you, you're like really resonating with me. Like, service industry folks, like us, we've been in the service industry for years, doing our thing in different ways, shapes, and forms. You know exactly what the fuck he is talking about. I guarantee you know what he's talking about.
No. But, and then that's a ripple effect. Because now that person's stranger battery has been zapped in a matter of seconds. They're in a business situation and they're not close friends with anyone around them. So now their social interactions in that space are going to be very tense. And then that's going to affect those people in numerous other ways.
I can already tell this is going to be a good discussion. On that note, we're going to take a quick break. And you saw the introduction earlier. I'm going to tell you right now what's coming up is the first of a series of artist highlights done by the Gore Pimp, the interviewer of sorts.
The Gore Pimp.
Enjoy. What's up, everybody? It's your boy, the Gore Pimp, here with the first of a series of artist highlights here in Austin, Texas. I'm here with Andrew Trent and Kareem, I'm sorry, what was the last name? Badra, from a band called Concrete Horse. These are artists that I've known for a little while, And well, let's start here with Concrete Horse. I saw on Bandcamp the description for your album. Like, can I go ahead and just read it to the guys? It's very interesting to me.
Go for it.
10,000 years hence, in a universe not unlike our own, war is waged by soldiers and mercenaries piloting titanic anthropomorphic fighting machines. Occasionally, these wars are just. More often, though, they are fought in the name of corporate greed or totalitarian control. But when an invading alien empire strikes, all must band together to save the Iridium throne, the symbol of hope and light, no matter who sits upon it. Will their efforts change the universe for the better, or will this at last be the end of humanity? Now, I wanted to start off reading that because I thought that was a very interesting concept for an album.
It's that old chestnut, you know. It's
Yeah.
good, evil, aliens, robots, you know.
So what was the inspiration behind the story that birthed this project?
So I'm a big dork, and I like anime, specifically things like Gundam and Macross that have giant robots in them. And so I was thinking about the whole story. Kind of came to me in like little snippets, like little bits of like, here's a scene, or here's a situation where guys with the machines are fighting against, or like they've been hired to put down a labor rebellion, but they realize, wait a minute, man, the corporate guys aren't our friends. We're actually more in line with the workers because we're just mercenaries. So I started thinking about it, and I was trying to figure out how to tell that. And it was like, well, I'd like to write maybe a novel, but I don't have the discipline to write a novel. And then I thought short stories, but what is this, the 1950s? Nobody writes series of science fiction short stories to get picked up anywhere. And I'm no artist, so it couldn't be a comic book. And then I realized, well, I'm a musician. I should do it as a song cycle. And like, I'm an old punk mostly, but I realized giant heavy robot fight, it's got to be metal. So I was like, well, all right, let's go with a metal approach. So I needed to put together a band that could do metal, and I needed to write songs in a sort of metal genre. And like, my earliest music really was metal when I was younger and first like starting to play and stuff. And so it's that late 70s, early 80s vibe of metal. So it's like, it's coming out of that original wave of the super heavy Sabbath and Deep Purple and Blue Oyster Cult kind of stuff. But so I play bass and I do the singing. Kareem is one of the guitarists. A guy named Hyde Denton is our drummer. I'd played in bands with him, and he is a basher. He can play hard and loud, and that's what we needed. And then the arguably the lead guitarist, although both guitarists take leads.
He's the lead guitarist.
Kareem will say he's the lead guitarist, but they both play leads. That guy, Josh Rebikov, is he is a shredder par excellence. I mean, he is a noodly shredding machine, and so he kind of brings a little bit more of an mid 80s metal sound to it. So Kareem was the one who kind of came up with this comparison. Musically, it's kind of sitting in those first couple of Dio solo albums after he left Black Sabbath. So it's still got that sort of root in the 70s, but you're starting to get that 80s feel to it. So all of that came down to, had an idea, realized the only means of expression I really had was music. And so that's kind of what the genesis of it was.
So the interesting thing to me about the backstory is it completely had a flashback to my youth. There was an album by a band called Fear Factory.
Okay.
Obsolete.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know if you're familiar with that
I know
album.
them, but I don't think I know that album.
The concept kind of is very similar in nature, like the machines taking over and that whole thing, like you said earlier, that whole chestnut. And when I was listening to it, it kind of was like definitely giving off that vibe. Not
Right
musically, but conceptually.
Okay. I have to give that a listen then, for sure.
Oh yeah, if you haven't, highly recommend. One of my all-time favorite metal albums of my youth.
Dig it.
So I understand you guys are working on some new music.
We are. Josh, the other guitarist, has some stuff from an old project that he did long ago called Ether Breather, which got re-released a few years back by a label in Greece. And he got sort of that, brought it back to his heart and soul. While he's been living in Austin, because he's from New York originally, he's actually been playing like mandolin and folk bands and stuff. And so when I
That's
came to him and
interesting.
said, I kind of would like you to do this, he was all in because he hadn't had a chance to play what's really near to his heart in so long. That he jumped in, and we did our first album with the stuff that I had come up with, and now he's kind of digging through his back catalog and pulling some things forward. And then I've also been writing some new stuff, totally divorced from this concept, and it just going in, still musically in that kind of vein, but taking inspiration from other things, specifically some Borges short stories as kind of the seeds of inspiration.
I'll have to keep a lookout for that.
Well, we're working on the songs now. We've got, I guess, 2 or 3 of Josh's pretty well in the can, and we've really started working on it's like a 4 to maybe 5, I haven't decided yet, song cycle based on these short stories that I'm going to bring in. And they're all independent. Like the short stories don't connect. They don't tell a big story the way this does. But they're all like, little bits here and there.
Yeah, so what brought us here together today is your band Concrete Horse, but the concept of these videos, I want to highlight you all as artists. So I understand you have some side projects that you've been working on. Kareem, you're an actor too?
I am an actor. I've been a actor and improviser in Austin for 21 years, mostly an improviser, or primarily an improviser at first. And I've been doing scripted work and TV and film for a number of years. Theater around town.
Anything we might have seen you in that?
I am briefly in season 2 of 1923.
Okay.
Which is the Yellowstone sequel to the prequel series. so many Yellowstone projects. I'm in an episode of The Chosen, and I'm working on some other stuff. And I've mostly done a lot of stage work around town. So I'm in an improv troupe called P-Graph that's been around for 20 years that performs mostly out of the Hyde Theater and will continue to do so while it still has its downtown space. We've been around for a long time and performed literally thousands of shows together. Music is something I've always been interested in, and I've noodled and played with the guitar for quite a while, but kind of put that aside as I was learning how to act and just doing that with all my time. And 5 years ago or so, when we were all holed up in our collective homes, we couldn't go out, I was like, I should pick up the guitar again.
Yeah, I get that.
And I started doing that again, and then coincidentally, or maybe not coincidentally, Andrew was like, hey, you want to play in an old school metal band? I was like, yes I do. Yeah.
Well, I love y'all's music. I really do. It's on Bandcamp, Concrete Horse. The name of the album is To Save the Iridium Throne.
That's right. That's right.
Right, yeah. And I guess look out for new music. It's not on, is it on other platforms too?
Yeah. It's on Apple and Spotify. And
Okay, yeah. Look for Concrete Horse. Before we bring this to a close, is there anything else you guys want to plug?
Let's see. I'm working on something entirely different musically with my wife, who is a visual effects, like screen art person, and I'm doing like oddly some lo-fi hip hop beats to go with her visuals. The name of that project is probably going to be Sleeb, Sleeb. We're just getting it off the ground, but look for us. Hopefully, we're thinking like at breweries and other places where it would be, very backgroundy, chill Sunday afternoon, not unlike where we are right now.
I imagine a brewery would be a cool backdrop for like a lo-fi trip-hop
that's kind of the plan for it. So that's eating up my time when we're not working on things ourselves.
Okay, right on.
Right on.
Yeah, well, I appreciate you guys sitting down with me for a few minutes.
Totally.
And once again, keep a lookout for Concrete Horse. The name of the album is To Save the Iridium Throne.
Yep.
And new music coming soon.
We are indeed. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Mr. Pimp. Can I call you Gore?
You can call me Gore if you want to.
All right, Gore. Give me a hug, brother. Keep it up.
Yeah.
We appreciate the chance to talk and keep doing this. This is a great thing to show off local artists in Austin.
I appreciate that. I really do.
Right on. Take
Yeah.
care, man.
Thank you very much. We'll see you next time. Yes, welcome back, everyone. We were having a discussion I thought was very interesting about social battery depletion in different ways and shapes and forms, and how they all kind of can affect us in various aspects of our lives. So let's continue.
Yeah, man, it's a ripple, and as far as my observation goes, and a lot of people will say it's like, well, it's up to you to have a good day, like have a great day or not. The choice is yours. You know, the thing that they blared in public schools. I mean, true, part of that is up to you, but just like when your car battery doesn't want to crank up in like 17-degree Fahrenheit weather, in other circumstances, it could crank up. It just can't right now. And so in other circumstances, you could be having a good day.
It's funny you said
right now.
You said that because like that, you know, we always talk about how everything is connected and all this stuff, and to an extent, it's easy to kind of just dismiss and say, oh, that's bullshit, like blah blah blah. But I'm telling you, you talk about your car not starting the weather. I legitimately had an experience not very long ago where I lost one of my jobs because my car was not starting in the cold weather, and it happened 2 weekends in a row where I was stranded for about 3.5 hours at a gas station because I stopped to get gas, and when I went to go turn my car back on after getting gas, it just wouldn't turn on, and that basically resulted in me losing this, what I thought was going to be a dream job, pursuing the mortuary stuff that I've been involved in the past. But basically losing that job kickstarted a series of events that allowed me to get into a very much newer vehicle and much better position for being able to move around and like actually have something that I could feel confident to drive across town in and go make something happen. So like little things like that, you have no idea how much it can affect the ripples of the universe that will make waves that come back and crash into you, and it's like hit you in the face with abundance, and you're like, what? Where did that come from? Like, I lost my job and all of a sudden I got a new car? How?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll tell you how, actually. What happened was, and I'm very grateful to have the family I have in my life. What happened was, the same day that this happened, my parents actually happened to be in San Antonio, which is not very far from us, on their honeymoon. Or not their honeymoon, their anniversary celebration, whatever you want to call it. Anyways, they were there the same weekend and hit me up the next day to see if I wanted to go eat breakfast. So I'm telling them the story about what happened with my car, and I lost my job and this and that the day before, and I was a little upset. So they decided to kind of help me go and look for another car. And as they were doing that, we couldn't find anything, and they just kind of like turned to each other and had their own little discussion. It just happened that my dad is looking for a new car to replace the one he has. So that whole thing kickstarted a series of events to where I ended up with this nice newer car that was given to me. Well, not given to me, I still have to pay for it, but it was a way for me to acquire something and be responsible for it without having to really do much, but also trusting in the universe that losing this job opportunity might have been the Kickstarter I need to realize that I need to refocus my energy and attention on something else. Hence what we're doing right now.
Yeah, a gate of sorts. Having a gate in front of you.
But I feel like we're kind of digressing from what our original intention is for this discussion. So let's kind of revert back.
No, like, I mean, that is kind of, everything's connected, you know.
I just wanted to touch on that as an example for, like, you know, a real world thing that happened that is proof of how something can happen that you think is like a bad thing. But if you just trust that it's the right thing, then it's like you'll be able to pull out from that a better situation.
Right, a better situation or a better solution will have an easier time to bubble up.
Yes.
Yeah, it's there's like a whole bunch of stuff is, how much of that is touched on with like frequency theory and a lot of meta and quantum physics. You know, take a bad situation, turn it around.
So what could food taker person, order taker person, what could they have done to have maybe diffused the situation between the food taker person and the asshole order taker?
I don't think there'll be a way for them personally to do anything other than to remind the asshole who wanted food but suddenly didn't, that sir or indoor madam, this is a Wendy's. You know, like, did you come here to only do this?
Because I'm sure we've all seen those videos on the internet of the crazy stuff that happens late at night at the fast food places.
Some of that stuff is insane.
And yeah, you're just like, what? Dude jumped behind the counter and just started taking shit.
Out of order, out of line.
You're out of order. I'm out of order. The whole world is out of order.
The whole world out of order. Yeah, like I don't think there's anything that person could use to diffuse that. But taking that energy and trying to transmute it into something else would be very, very difficult. But and from, at least for me, from my own understanding and my own experience, because I'd be using a lot of my social stranger battery at work. You know, it's like, oh, well, I have to deal with this, and I also have to use all this energy and still do my job very well. So I have to use the job energy to cope with the social situation that just happened. And then once all that's done, right, so now depleted of my stranger battery and my job battery, and I want to go hang out with my friends or something like that.
That's a whole nother battery.
Right. Let's say my friends want to go hang out at, you know, a very popular spot, you know, and I normally would have a great time in. But now I just want to hang out with them, but they want to go out. So it's like, okay, let's go out. So now I'm having a bad time. So I want to hang out with them. There's other people around, yada, yada, yada. And some people's like, well, you're just overstimulated. It's like, sure, but I'm also don't want to deal with all the other people. I want to have their super loud laughter and not their super loud laughter and someone's conversation about who, what, when, where, and why they had sex. You know, it's
who, what, when, where, why.
Yeah. You'll get the whole thing at some of these spots. You get the whole thing. And if I was feeling, I have to use myself as an example, so I'm observing myself. If I was feeling great, if my stranger battery wasn't used, that'd be fine. You just hear stuff out in the world all the time. No issues. But now since my battery is zero, it's like, man, I really wish I didn't hear that.
Stranger danger.
Stranger danger.
Oh, man. Stranger danger. On that note, this is the comedy stylings of Mr. Universe Man. Roll it.
Stranger danger.
Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Mr. Universe Man. Yes, you see, I have given humanity a gift to truly be able to understand and experience unconditional love. I even mirrored it back to you in the form of your beloved pets and in nature itself. What have you all given me in return? A box of chocolates, one stuffed animal, a dozen roses, and a lifetime of codependency.
You keep saying you want to be enlightened, so I flipped the switch and turned on the light. Half of you squint, the other half argue about who turned it on. Humans are really quite hilarious. I gave them infinite consciousness, and they use it to remember something embarrassing that happened in 2006. Seriously, folks, you guys crack me up sometimes. You'll say something like, I am not the ego, but with the ego's full confidence. I'll see you next time.
Sheena, relax.
Get down, Sheena. No. Go on. We're doing the thing here.
Drink some more water. You're just outside. Drink some water. Hydrate.
Next to her bowl is, she drank all of her water just a few minutes ago.
Oh, wow.
I'll give her some more in a bit.
Oh, now she's hungry. So.
Okay, welcome back, guys. I hope you enjoyed that.
Yeah, Mr. Universe, man. We left off on trying to use your friend battery, your socializing battery.
Right.
After using your stranger battery and your work battery.
Yeah, and once everything's depleted, you just don't want to be there anymore.
Everything
And
starts to bleed into another.
Yeah.
Start to use.
Because you put all that energy you had for hanging out with friends into something different, and now it's like your battery levels are all chaotic.
Yep. And then it's like, all right, now time to go home, and rest. But you're probably already tired and such a type of exhaustion where it's like, oh, I'm not really sleepy, but I don't want to do much. It's because all your other energy reserves have been slapped. They're taken from you. That's why balance is important.
Yeah, that's another thing you were touching on in the car earlier. How it's like somebody can feel like they're exhausted, but that they're not really, because they'll spend 8-9 hours a day at a desk in front of a computer screen.
That's right.
But somehow they still have the energy to go to the bar every night and spend 8 hours there drinking with their friends.
Yeah, and dim lighting.
Yeah, in dim lighting nonetheless. Which working at a bar there's so many people out there that you wouldn't believe spend 8 to 10 hours a day at the bar just hanging out at least 5 days a week.
Yeah.
They're called our regulars.
They're called
regulars, yeah. And it's always been strange to me how somebody's life can just sort of revolve around one specific location.
Well, we're creatures of habit. We like to have places, and we also like to socialize.
See, I get that, but I've always kind of been the opposite. Maybe it's just me. Like, I'm weird like that. Once I go to a place enough times where the store clerk that works there starts to recognize me and starts kind of chatting me up and talking to me and stuff, I will just ghost the place and find another place and go there for a little while. And then I might go back to the other place after a while. It's like a weird thing with me. I bounce around at all these different places because once shit starts getting comfortable, that's when I get uncomfortable.
You start to use multiple batteries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
You didn't want the
yes.
You don't want to go to the store and have having little niceties is fine. Hey, how you doing? How was that roast you made? You bought all this other stuff last time. What you're making tonight? It's like if you're not already on that level, you didn't want to be on that level.
Yeah, because honestly, sometimes it's just like that. Yeah. You're just exhausted. You want to go into a gas station and get something to drink really quick. You don't want to spend an extra 5 minutes chatting it up with the guy who's behind the counter. I mean, not to be like weird or
rude.
Cold or rude. It's just that's your mindset. You know, like
Well, a lot of people are like super friendly and
Yeah,
very
yeah.
amiable and genuine on the positive side to people who come into stores or gas stations.
and that's okay too. I mean, don't
that's
get me
great.
wrong. There's been plenty
Don't
of
be an
times.
asshole behind the counter.
Yeah, no, definitely.
You're gonna
Yeah.
get a whole lot more people who don't want to be cool with you.
Yeah, definitely. No, because like for sure, there's definitely been some times where I've been kind of feeling a little bit off, and then I go in there, and the person who is super friendly behind the counter and engaging actually kind of changes my mood for the rest of the day, and I appreciate that. Those are the moments that I think matter, you know.
Yes.
But there are some times where you just like I just feel drained from putting my social battery into my work energy battery or something similar, or maybe I just had an argument with someone I was close to, and I just don't like have the energy to talk to the person behind the counter,
Yeah.
the order taker guy.
Undertaker guy. Just put the fries in the bag.
This is put the fries. Okay, we're put the fries in the bag, huh? Are we doing Gen Z slang here now?
I mean,
That's something I say that because that's something my stepson said to me once, and I was like, "What are you talking? Put the fries in that bag? What do you mean?"
bag. Well, we can't say that. I guess our generations was like the timer. You know, it was like TikTok. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, because that came kind of before us too.
Yeah, like I used to do the thing like with my whenever I was married around that time. And it's just you have those moments where you're like, are you becoming your dad, like your father? And he used to do this thing where he'd be rushing us out the door and go, let's go, LETSGO. And then like I sort of started finding myself doing that as an adult, and I was like, oh my God, I am my father's child.
Oh, you've associated the task. You know, it's just like an association thing. It's okay. It's all right. But there is some energy transfer there.
Oh, 100%. I actually just found out about a study, and we can save this for another discussion. It was on rats, where they found out that trauma can be genetically transferred from generation to generation.
Oh, yeah.
Causing an instinctual fear of certain things that are underlying beneath the surface.
Yeah.
This is a scientific study.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yes. Yes. Yeah, there's a lot there.
Yeah, there's a lot to unpack there, so maybe we'll do an episode on that.
There's a large amount of things to unpack there. And some people go, oh, really? You know, sometimes, I don't know, it's so much to unpack there that stereotypes aren't all stereotypes, you know. They're just kind of like the myths and legends of our worlds, ways that we made sense of something that was already there.
Yeah, sort of things that have been passed down from generation to generation in other ways, like storytelling and just the way that culture has changed over the years is... It's fascinating how we seem to be drifting further and further away from some things that we need to be closer to, but then at the same time getting closer and closer and closer to the tools and things that are allowing us to grow even faster as human beings than we ever could before. So it's like there's a balance, a give and take between two batteries, if you will.
Yeah. On a meta scale of things,
yeah,
balance between two batteries, like how much do we innovate versus how much do we, I guess, renovate, the innovation and renovation, or recuperation. How much do we heal ourselves versus how much are we making? How many tools are we creating? That's our thing as humans. We make a whole bunch of tools. A whole bunch of tools. All the apes make tools, but we make a A whole bunch of them.
And we are standing in an age, I really believe we are standing in an age where those tools that humans are making are evolving into tools for growth and spiritual groundedness.
Could.
And yeah, I think they are.
Could.
Yeah, I legitimately think that we are living that right now. People are, as a whole, like there's a whole collective of people that are realizing the same things that me and you are. And it seems to be growing and growing and growing, and that's what we're here for. We're here to help that grow.
Well, I think that has something to do with like frequencies harmonizing as well. Because
Absolutely.
I mean, it's almost like there's a lot of ways to get to 100. You know, by addition, subtraction, multiplication, whatever method of mathematics you want to do to get to 100, you can. And just like the frequency things, there's like the good or bad frequencies, whatever. All the good frequencies have a wide range of things associated with them, wide enough to where you could influence people to get to any one of those good things, and then they would, through their own wants, raise their vibration, raise their personal frequencies to resonate with that. And eventually, if everyone's doing that, wanting those good things and raising those higher frequencies, yeah, we could create things and create things that grow things. You know, our tools will be tools of growth and expansion and positivity and all these great qualities that we have. If we all get there, or at least the right people in the right places.
I think the right people in the right places always find you at the right time.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
For sure.
I'm a big believer in divine timing. When shit doesn't seem like it's right, it's because it's not.
That's okay. That's fair. When shit doesn't seem like it's right, it's not.
It's not. Just not yet.
Yeah. Just not yet. And divine timing could be when you have all those energies at the same time, you know, or the right blend of them all. It's like, oh, I could reach out and be nice to this person today, or like, not be nice, like be kind to this individual. Be kinder. And then they can have a better day. And then they could reciprocate that exchange with something else positive that could drastically change your day, you know. And then that drastic change could turn your day into like this, my day was so great and it's not even halfway over. My day was so amazing, this thing happened earlier. You know, and if more of that happened around, I think a lot of people will be in brighter spirits. And being able to go to the fast food place and order their food without flipping out.
It's all about tapping into that frequency of love, man. The frequency of love.
The love.
I saw that band in Chicago, Frequency of Love, 1978.
Roll that clip.
Roll that clip.
What's your favorite Frequency of Love song?
2036 From Above, So Below.
Okay. Bet. I'm gonna listen to it.
Bootsy Collins played on that track, I believe.
If y'all know who Bootsy Collins is, you're gonna do a quick internet search using a search engine of your choice.
Yeah.
I'm not going to endorse any specific one.
I guess on that note, we'll wrap it up for now and see y'all on the next episode.
Yeah, see you next time.
Yeah.
And remember.
And as always, yeah, you are one. I am one.
Yeah.
I am one. I messed it up.
Yeah, they are one.
You are one too. But
I am one.
I am one. You are two.
Two.
Remember that. We want to spread this message around. This is our thing. It's our catchphrase for the day. Remember, I am one. You are two. Say that to yourself in the mirror. Say it to whoever you want. Just spread the message.
It's good. You think about it, it's good.
Yeah. Think about it. Peace.
Good shit. He said, you are one. I was like, we're gonna roll it.
That's good, man. That's good.
We're gonna roll with it.
Hell yeah. We got it.